Welcome.
Hello?
Wait, say text.
Hi.
Hey, your mic works.
All right.
Actually, I gotta do it again, Tex.
Hello, everybody.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
That sounds good.
I guess we're good.
Sorry, we're checking the mics because
They break often. This is a pretty...
it happens. There's some issues last time, or for the past couple episodes, we had to talk face to face, Tex and I, on one microphone. Luckily, he's has his own right now.
Mhm.
If it ever goes off, give me a text if you know my number.
I'll text you.
Anyways, okay.
I just gotta
Are you
make
hearing
sure.
out of one ear?
Yeah,
It just came in.
These always screw in. Yeah, this
You
is
hear-
fuzzy.
Is it getting fuzzy? Yeah.
Yeah, technical difficulties, but we'll
Oh,
manage
that
as
sounds good.
always.
Okay. Yeah, welcome, Matt and Tex Show. Did I mention that? I am Matt.
I'm Tex.
This is the Matt and Tex Show. Today on the show, we will be talking about, well, for one, it's the last episode of 2012.
Mhm.
Finals week is next week. We don't come back to school till January 28th. And we'll have a show then. We haven't discussed a showtime yet. We still have to figure our schedules out.
Or quite maybe World Ends. Quite possibly the last
December
show.
22nd could be the last show.
First.
Or last show of Earth.
Is the 21st.
I've heard different ones.
I used to think it was the 26th until I looked it up. It's the 21st.
Okay. We're going to go off text. But if you die on the 22nd, then I was right. And if you die on the 21st, then I was wrong. But it doesn't matter because we're all dead. Anyways, today on the show we're going to discuss... I'm going to play some music. Actually, I'll play a song. Maybe I don't want to play that song first. I want to play my song off my favorite album of 2012. I just figured it out, my favorite album, maybe 2 days ago. So that'll be interesting to hear.
Been consuming you? You really been... Because, I mean...
I've been thinking about it, and then my brother, when he was here in town for Thanksgiving, gave me an album that he bought, and I listened to it, and I was like, this is it.
It shook up your decision?
Yep. I had another decision, but it wasn't too high on my list. Like, 2012 just didn't seem like a good album year for me. There was good music, but not a lot. So there wasn't like it's hot in here. There wasn't like
I'm fine.
a good variety to choose from. So I had a choice, but I was like, I wasn't too excited about that. And then I heard this song and this album, and I was like, this is it. Then we'll talk about some other stuff Tex has listed here.
Mm-hmm.
His Stormpocalypse 2012 story.
Oh, yeah. Terrible storm, and I'll tell you what happened.
What happened? Here's a hint. The police were called.
Well, they were.
My sister should be coming in the studio anytime now. She will probably just be sitting and listening to us, see what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
She's never been in the studio before. She's currently registering for classes, so she's worried about that. I registered at noon. She registered at 1. She's still trying to figure out classes. It's one of the most stressful times you can have here at Sac State. Other colleges, not so much. It's sometimes very easy, and all the classes you want are there. Here, there's a unit cap. There's a minimal amount of classes, and they fill up instantly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very difficult to find that out. You're often on waiting list classes. You're often have to crash those classes. It's very difficult.
You know, I've never...
Crash a class?
Yeah.
Really?
I've
Maybe
I've been lucky that way.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is, in my own
I don't know.
experiences, crashing is weird. It's not.
I wouldn't feel right. Like, are you in this class? I'm like, no, I'm not. Trying
I
to
wanna
crash.
be.
But yeah, it would just bug the car. I do it to get the classes that I need.
Yes.
But I wouldn't like it.
But I just hate that feeling where maybe I'll get in, maybe I won't, and everything rides on this stuff like that. And that's her deal with. So as soon as she gets done there, maybe she'll join us. If not, you didn't miss out on much.
Mm-mm.
We'll play some music. Tex, other than Stormpocalypse 2012, what other?
We could just briefly touch on what we did on Thanksgiving. We didn't do that.
We didn't mention that last week.
I don't think we did.
No, we did not. We
Okay.
talked about a lot of that other stuff.
And then we could talk about Christmas.
Real quick, I gotta switch up my.
Your little playlist over
Yep.
there on your
So we'll play
brand
that
new
on the
iTunes.
First song we'll play right now
is not album of the year. The one you're playing now.
Not my album of the year. Very good album, from what I found out.
We're on the air.
Well, I'm sorry, I had a text.
Yeah, we're on the air.
Not my favorite album of the year. Very good album. Maybe top 50. Even if I have a list of 50, it'd probably be on there. But a good band, nonetheless. Yeah, I guess I'll play it. There's an issue. I'll talk to Tex about it during each song, but I'll play it now. Deftones, Sacramento band.
Like
have
cake.
a new album out called, don't know how to pronounce it, and I won't say it, but there's a new album out. This song is called Romantic Dreams. You can go and listen now. That's not it. What the? Give me a moment. iTunes is new iTunes update if you want to check that out, and it's not my friend right now. Romantic Dream from the Deftones. We'll be back with more music and more stories. KSSU.com. Welcome back. Matt and Tex Show live on KSSU.com. I just stopped that song early. By the way, happy AIDS Day.
It's AIDS Day?
It's AIDS Awareness Day. In the union right now, they're doing free HIV tests. Should take 20 minutes for them to process it, and I think they can tell you right there.
You have the results right away?
20 minutes.
No, I thought it would take longer.
I think it's, I don't know how they do it. If it's saliva, if it's something, I don't know. Blood, I don't know. If you're interested, if you're curious whether or not you have HIV or AIDS, check it out.
It's free to anyone?
Free to anyone that walks in the union, yeah.
That's creepy.
I don't know how long they're going on, but when I walked in there, they're like, Happy AIDS Day.
Happy AIDS Day.
They said AIDS awareness, stuff like that. Anyways, that was Deftones. Song called Romantic Dreams. Tex was humming to the guitar riff.
I did. It caught me. I started humming along to it. I don't usually do that with Matt's songs, but this one was a little catchy.
This next song I'm going to go to has a little backstory. This weekend, actually, what time is it? Was it Thursday or Friday? Thursday or Friday, a friend of mine, actually, Robert, who was probably one of our number one listeners last semester. He listened to every show.
He abandoned us?
He has abandoned us since. He's too cool for us. But he's in a social, I don't know what the name of the class was. He goes to Sierra.
Social studies?
No, it was like a social, I don't know. Like a sociology class, if you know what that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't called sociology. It was something similar, just wasn't named sociology. Okay. Anyways, in this, he had a project due, right? I don't know if he waited till last minute, but the idea that he had, the teacher said, you can't do that in time. There's no time to do that. So she said, just make a video about it. And when he heard video, he instantly thought of me.
Well, me.
Because I'm a video production major, and I do a lot of videos, and he knows that, chicken legs and all my old videos and stuff.
Those are videos on YouTube that Matt and executive producer Trevor used to do.
If you want to check those out, Chicken Legs. Just search Chicken Legs episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's six episodes?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. You should start that up again.
I thought about it. We'll talk about that. Anyways, in this project, he is a music major, or I don't know what he is, but he plays guitar a lot. We've jammed a bunch. I play drums. He plays guitar. We hang out, play music. And he's a big rock and roll fan. You can let her in.
All right.
My sister has arrived. No talking, Emily? Emily, no backpacks, please.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. This is the insider stuff. Just leave it outside. Yep.
I forgot.
She's new. Okay. Emily's here. You can say hi later. Anyways, take a seat. Tex isn't sitting. This project Robert had was like a rock and roll project. He's a big rock and roll fan, so he decided to make this project all about rock and roll. The video was supposed to be 10 minutes. And he threw all this stuff at me, and I had to deal with it. Anyways,
so wait.
Yep.
When did he turn in the project?
He turned in the project. It was due Monday, so yesterday.
Okay. And so when did he tell you about it?
Thursday.
Okay, so you had about a weekend to do it then.
A weekend to do it, but I worked. Emily had a project that I had to help her out a bit, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
you pressed for time a little bit.
I was pressed for time. I spent a lot of hours on it. In the end, we figured it out. He presented in class. It was a DVD. Worked fine. Worked great. The teacher that said, Robert, I need to talk to you after class. If you want to wait.
That usually means trouble.
Yeah, right. So later on, he texted me. Said the teacher came out and said, "This." Emily's laughing. Emily's laughing at Tex because Tex is weirdo. The teacher said, "No one's ever got 100% on this project, but you. It was seamless. It was perfect. It was a great project." So I felt really good about that. I got him 100%. Anyways, when I was playing that, when you do editing, you go through scenes, you see scenes so many times that they kind of stick in your mind, and you hear all this music you have in there, and you go back and forth. You see the whole presentation maybe 20 times. So things get stuck in your head. One of those things that got stuck in my head was a song he played by Marvin Gaye, who's a sort of Motown. It's sort of a rock and roll feel, maybe bluesy, but it's Motown. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This song got stuck in my head. It's sort of protesting the Vietnam War in a sense, and that was some of the ideas. Song's called "What's Going On" by Marvin Gaye. We'll listen to that. We'll come back. We'll talk about Texas Stormpocalypse 2012. Then we'll do my favorite album of the year. Emily, you want to say hi real quick?
Hi.
That's Emily. We're twins, and she's short. Next song. Here we go. Marvin Gaye's "What's Going On." This is the Matt and Tex Show. So what was that? Thursday, Friday night, Saturday morning.
Yeah,
Storm Apocalypse 2012.
I don't remember the day.
It was flood central here in the Central Valley, Sacramento area. Actually, real quick, I was reading a CNN article about coastal cities that will flood if global warming continues and all the ice caps melt and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Sacramento would be pretty well flooded if we, they said within a couple centuries, so 100 years.
I probably won't be here.
I think I am. Anyways, so Friday, Saturday, if you live here in the area, you know it was a pretty big storm, probably the biggest one in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Flooding everywhere. Saturday morning, Emily was driving to Cheer in Stockton. Actually, Dad was driving you. But heavy storm. Well, you can't drive anymore. We can't drive ever. Anyways, sorry. When I was driving to work Saturday morning, I hit a huge puddle. Actually, the street had a couple puddles. I had to slow down and go through those. At one intersection, I was turning right. It wasn't green for me, so I had to stop in this puddle. But when I stopped at the puddle, water was then poured into my doors, under the cracks. My pant legs were wet. But that seemed to be the worst of my problems. I slept fine that night. I didn't wake up. There were no issues with rain, heavy pouring. No fence broke down. No tree fell over. My house was fine. But Tex has a story that I haven't heard yet. And it required the police department, or at least calling them. So we'll see. I'm going to build it up, and I hope it's as good as I build it up. So continue.
No, it's not. It's not that good. And in my opinion, I don't think 911 should have been called. But
911's for emergencies.
I know, and that's the thing. I just if someone's not dying, then it's not an emergency.
You call the cops.
And I did.
You call the ambulance. I call the cops. Black quote. Sorry.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I woke up in the thickest of the rain. It was raining heavily, and
what time is this?
I don't know. I didn't check the clock, and everyone's like,
"Was there the sun out?"
No, the sun wasn't. Sun wasn't out all day. Oh yeah, it was. Okay.
The sun's always out.
Well, it was early in the morning, and I was waking up, and it was the heaviest rain that was going on. And then I always have my window open because it's cool. It helps me sleep. It's wonderful. And my mom is shouting, "Hey, shut your window! Shut your window!" And I'm looking, and water's getting on my windowsill. So I shut my window, and then it's raining. I'm like, "Oh, this is so great!" And then
he's a big fan of overcast.
Oh yes, overcast rain.
I love a good heavy storm. And Tex loves some good wind, some really dark weather, some really no sunlight at all. Sort of weird, but continue. And
we've had heavy rains before, and the streets usually flood. The gutters flow heavily, but when my dad opened the garage and we looked, the streets were completely flooded.
Yeah.
And higher than they've ever been, and it started leaking into our garage.
It was high. You have a steep garage, or you have a steep driveway too. So
okay, yeah, that's what I was going to say. You've seen my house. No, complete opposite. Driveway goes down.
So it's steep downward. You're right.
Yes.
It's steep somewhere. That's right, because I have a hard time backing out of it because it's angled towards your garage. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
so that makes it worse for you guys then. Yeah.
So we got the second worst of it. We weren't that steep down. Four houses' garages were flooded. It was I'd say 2-3 inches.
In your garage?
Because the garage is low, and then there's a step up to get into the actual house. So yeah, it was that.
Oh, so it didn't get into the house though. There was a step.
No, there was a little bit leaking, and there's a lot of stuff in the garage. And
so what are the cops gonna do? We'll get to that. I'm sorry.
Well, my dad looked at me. He says, "Call 911 and see if they can get people down here to fix the gutters because the gutters are flooding. That's why it's not flowing." And I'm like, okay. I thinking, really?
Well, who did you call? You can call the city, but I don't know what number that is.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like,
just call 911.
Call somebody else.
Direct me to the city, please.
Mm-hmm. So I delayed on that. And he got his rain boots on. He started going out there to go check the gutters and check everything. And I'm screaming, "Dad, there's sodas on the floor. Get the sodas." I did because I didn't want them to get contaminated with all this murky water. And
what do you mean? They're closed.
Yeah, I know they're closed, but you still put your mouth on that.
You clean them. What do you mean? They like what? So were they on the floor or something? Like a box of Coca-Cola?
Yeah, exactly. It was a box of Coke mixed with some Sprite and some Squirt.
And irrelevant. For those that the boxes were getting wet, and that was your main issue.
Yeah, and
Dad, the sodas.
That's what I said. I said get the sodas. So he got the sodas. I got him inside, and I'm like, yes, save the sodas. And so I wanted to go out there, but like
your photo albums were flooded and stuff like that.
My dad's a huge photo person. He's like, take pictures, and that's what he tasks my sister with doing. She wanted to go outside, and I wanted to go outside, but we didn't have rain boots. Only he did, and his wouldn't have fit me. No, that's too cold. So I said, I want to go out there. Because and we talked to a guy who's lived in the neighborhood since they built it. In 18 years ago was when it got close to this, but it never got this bad. And so I look for some old shoes, and I say, oh, good, I found some old shoes. I put those on. I'm like, what can I wear? I find snow pants, which are like, the weird...
Pretty waterproof, yeah. They're like slick, yeah.
Inside is soft cotton or whatever, so, but outside. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can seal these.
Duct tape.
That's what I was thinking, duct tape. So I put crappy pants on, like work pants that I have, and then I put those over it so it's like warm. I don't know. and then I didn't duct tape it. I just tucked it in, but like as soon as I walk, it comes undone. And then I put an old jacket on, and I went outside, and I stepped in, and like my foot sank in there, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
How deep was it on up your leg, or how high was it up your leg?
In the garage, it was only
2 or 3 inches,
about my ankle, and then I went out there further, and I saw my dad was checking the gutters, which like I'm not a handy person. My dad's more of a handy person, so I would have just stayed inside. And I thought, like, shut the garage, because he opened the garage. I thought, shut it, because that'll lessen the amount of water that comes inside.
That's true, yeah. It's not.
But he kept it open.
Sandbag or something. I guess no one really has.
Nobody thought. They were giving away sandbags later, they said, but we didn't get any at this time. And so we went out there, and we're close to a turn,
right.
a left turn in our street. And when I went out there, it was like halfway up towards to my knees.
Wow.
It was very deep, and I'm like, this is so cool. And I was standing out there, and everyone else has got rain boots. My dad was out there, and a friend of ours was out there.
Would your little dog have drowned if it was?
Yeah, she would have been taken away.
Was there a current, or was it just stagnant?
Current.
Was it really?
Yeah, I mean,
but it was moving.
It would have taken my dog away. My dog's like a little chihuahua. It would have taken her away, but
yes,
it was no threat to me. And so we went out there, and I got my dad had my dad gave me a hoe, and he had a shovel, and we went to check all the gutters that were around there to see if they were flooded. And they weren't flooded. There was just too much water for it
to go in.
Yeah.
Did it have the grates?
Yeah, it had the grates. So there were a little bit of leaves, and we moved that.
Oh, okay.
And we went around multiple times to all the things, and they kept flooding and flooding. And our entire backyard was flooded. He had to dig out holes so it would flood into the arbors behind us. So like,
oh yeah, because you had that sort of dug that mud pile where we'd shoot bow and arrows and stuff at it.
And behind it, there's a foot or two drop.
Yep.
So it would just flow down there
waterfall,
and be good there. So we dug holes in the backyard, and the entire backyard was flooded. Again, 2-3 inches. It was fun. My sister was so eager to go outside, and she's like, I need rain boots. What she did is she got plastic bags.
She's got tiny feet.
She does. She has tiny feet. She put the plastic bags over her feet.
Duct tape that?
Put shoes over that, and then duct taped around it so that her shoes would get wet, but her feet wouldn't actually get wet. And then she walked out with the camera, standing in the middle of the street.
I gotta see these photos. You gotta put these on the site, Tex.
Oh yeah, I can definitely send you some photos. It was a lot. We took some video too, and it was just really cool. It was something I'd never done. I'm like utility person.
A friend of mine, actually, a neighbor of mine that doesn't live. She actually lives maybe 2 or 3 houses down from Trevor, his parents' house, and I live maybe 7 houses from her. She put a picture on Facebook. Her car the water was like halfway up the door, but my car, I guess maybe they're in a lower section of the neighborhood, but that whole area was flooded, but mine was fine. When you left it, Emily, you guys weren't flooded at all? You guys left pretty early too. Yeah, I don't know. Her car was completely flooded up to the doors, so they pulled it up to her driveway. But I love stuff like that. Like 1997 was a big one, but I was too young to remember that.
I wasn't here in 97.
I think 2002, 2003, 2004, one of those years. There was something similar. I remember driving somewhere in a creek, dry creek that lives around my house.
It's usually pretty low. You can see see the floor through it.
This one time, it was pretty high. This time, this one, and a lot of creeks and rivers in Roseville were actually flooded over the roads. But in 2004 or something, the creek actually went over the bridge, so they actually started closing it down. But you had to drive through this creek current. It was really cool.
Yeah, so I wonder how that was this time. Like I said, we talked to the neighbors, and they said 18 years ago was as close as it got this bad, but it didn't get this bad. So this was, I guess, anecdotally, the worst storm that we've seen here. House flood. I mean, everything was fine. I had to
Play around.
Yeah, we put my mom's. She has a wooden bench out there because we needed to make room for Thanksgiving, so that got a little wet. And we had our board games in there, so they're all cardboard crusty now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How'd you get the water out of the garage?
We just let it recede. That's all we could.
But it couldn't go up the driveway. Did it go out through your back door or something?
Well, no. You know how it's down, but our driveway comes down a little bit, but then it goes up a slight bit, so it went to the side to the drains, and it just went away.
Oh, okay.
So there's still a lot of dirt in there, like dry mud.
Yeah.
It used to be mud.
Christies.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was something I probably won't do again because I don't think the storm will get that bad. But it was really cool going out there. I was all soaked. It got up to my knees eventually.
I wish I would have helped you, but I worked.
Yeah.
But
no, I know you would help, and it was.
Yeah, honestly, it does sound fun. I love a good. Like I love sitting out there. I love lightning storms. I love heavy rain. I love heavy wind. Sometimes it's scary because our backyard has a lot of trees and they're pretty old, and they have shallow roots. So sometimes you get trees swaying, maybe fall in the house or something like that.
So yeah, when this thing started, I called 911. They said, yeah, we heard. Are you on this street, my street? And I'm like, yeah, that's okay. We'll try to get somebody out there. Nobody ever showed up.
Yeah, that's right.
So 911, but we just went out there and then we started raking up the leaves to try to keep the flow going steady, and we were out there for an hour, maybe 2 at the most, I think.
If anything, my backyard has this low area where it picks up a lot of water, and we have a drain that goes from the backyard to the front gutter, and that usually collects a lot of leaves because we have a lot of trees back there. So my dad had just put like a couple of rakes in between as filters for the water to go through, so that it stopped the leaves, but it wouldn't clog the drain. So, but that seemed to be the worst.
We have to be careful now though, because we dug holes in the back so that it would all flow down, and it was like ants, whitewater rapids.
That sounds pretty cool.
And
for ants?
Well, yeah, I'm saying like, well, we can't go in there, but I'm just saying ants, whitewater rapids, because it was white, and so we have to be careful when we let our dog out now, because
your little.
She could get stuck in there, and we'll probably fill him in this weekend. But it was really great. You know, I'm not.
Emily's never listened to our show before. This is the first time, and she's enjoying it. She's cracking up in the corner. Tex says some funny things.
I do all the time.
Yeah.
It was fun. I don't think we got as many pictures as we probably should have. Again, my sister was out there in the rain taking pictures, but we got a lot of pictures, I suppose.
I want to see some.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Emily, any sort of horror stories from Storm Apocalypse 2012? You can say no.
No.
All right, sweet. So I mentioned earlier I was talking about my favorite album of the year. My brother here for Thanksgiving gave this to me. Let me download it from his computer. I've listened to it completely once, but already I can feel it's probably my favorite album of the year. Band called Muse. Emily and I actually saw them in concert. Muse. Yep. This is a new album called The Second Law. Came out maybe a month ago, maybe less. Really like it. I really like the way they've gone with the band. I like the sort of feel they have. We'll play the first song. We'll go to commercial break. Come back. Play one more song. Talk maybe about a little more stuff. Then I gotta go to class. This song is called Supremacy off The Second Law. Muse. I don't know what that means. We're live, Tex.
Thanks for the warning.
I told you we're going to go live soon. Matt and Tex, that was our commercial break. Christmas is a holiday that is celebrated by many people, including myself and Tex. I don't know.
Nice intro to the Christmas segment.
We just want to kind of talk about what our Christmas list is kind of consist of. Maybe I'll buy something for Tex.
Maybe.
Tex, maybe not. Probably not going to buy anything for me. And that's fine.
I'm sorry. A little strap for cash.
but so give me some ideas of what things you would like or what things are on your list.
Well, my family usually. I hate this. Like the Santa gift always comes in gold wrapping every year.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Is it still under the tree?
No.
Or is it by the fireplace?
He always puts it somewhere weird. Like 2 years ago, it was outside our doors. Like my gift was outside my door.
Santa was close to your door to rape you.
Yeah, well, my door's always closed just because of that. But but yeah, Santa doesn't put it under the tree, and I'm like, come on, Santa. But
come on, Santa.
Santa got us.
Our Santa does a different thing. But
the Wii when it came out. I don't remember when it came out.
Years ago.
It's always in gold wrapping, and he's been skimping lately. He's been getting family gifts, which I'm like, come on, Santa.
It was like Monopoly.
I mean, I like the Wii, but if it's going to be in the family room, I can't play it all the time. But this year, I've sort of like talked to my family, like, hey, let's ask Santa for the Wii U. I think I kind of want that. New games I want for this. It looks really good.
Zombie U?
No, not Zombie U.
Too scary.
Too scary and too buggy. But yeah, too scary is the main part. I bought a zombie game.
What is that noise? What are you making that face for? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, zombies far too scary for me. I bought a zombie game. I got scared at the title screen and I turned it off.
What you bought for what?
For the PlayStation 3. When we got PlayStation 3, I bought a zombie game and I'm like, okay, I can do this. What game was it? Dead Island. Pretty bad
really?
game. Yeah.
Bad game. Pretty popular.
Yeah, it's popular, but it's a bad game.
Okay.
I got it, title screen bloody, and I'm like, nope. Turned it off.
Did you return it?
No, I kept it. But
you just haven't played it?
No, I haven't played it. But so I'm thinking Santa Claus family gift, but we might not be able to get other gifts, and I was okay with that. My sister's like, no, I want. My sister gave me a Christmas list. It's like 5 pages long, most of it close from Zoomies, I think.
Zoomies.
Yeah, but like the thing that she's
got a new haircut. Now she's a new person.
Mm-hmm. but the thing that she's been asking for is these dumb Japanese foods that are like. They're like solid, but when you do something with them, they turn to like
water.
Gummies.
Ugh.
I don't know what they are. They're like $10 a piece online. And I'm probably not going to get that for her. But
do you ship that from Japan?
Yeah, you have to order it. And then she wants a bunch of different clothes, shoes, and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. This is pretty dumb. And I tell her,
I'll buy a Wii U.
There you go.
Hey.
No, me. I want a game for an expansion pack for a game I have on the PC.
Which is?
Civilization 5 Gods and Kings. That's what it's called.
You still make expansion packs for that?
They've only made one.
Oh, and you haven't bought it?
No, I haven't bought it.
Okay.
It's $30 the CD. That's what I want. I want.
I mean, take note of these.
If I could get one thing that's probably not gonna happen, but do you have that gift that's expensive that could happen, but it's probably not going to?
Yeah.
Mine. I want a fountain pen, a good one, at least like $80.
You still have my calligraphy pen?
I do. I
still play with that?
No.
That's fine.
Sorry.
You still have my Star Wars.
No, because the one you gave me, the tips, the metal tips are called nibs, and it's a really thick nib. It's not really meant for writing.
It's more of it's sort of
more
artsy.
Calligraphy. Yeah. I want a really good, at least like $80, an expensive good one that I could use a lot because I think.
How does this work? Do they have a? You don't. Of course, you don't dip them in ink.
No, the ink's inside.
It's just a cartridge you add. You can.
Yeah, it's like a little flap, and when you put pressure on it, the ink just spills out.
So you have to learn the right pressure to write properly.
Yes, when you write with this, your hand just floats with it. Not like ballpoint pens or these felt pens.
It doesn't feel as like heavy, or I mean, like when you write, it sort of just goes.
Yeah, ballpoint pens can like hurt your hand eventually if you do it. But when I use them, they're really gentle. You have to be really gentle with them. The one you gave me, and then I got some other cheapy ones.
Oh, okay.
And they're really nice, but I really want a good one. That's my gift. That's probably not going to happen.
Would you use that for everyday writing?
Yes.
Even at class?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely. Well, I'd have to learn to use it because I'm a lefty.
But what if is it going to look like the Constitution?
Oh, yeah.
What if the teacher hates that?
I don't care.
Well, it's a teacher that requires the notes and grades and assignments.
Everything's digital now. I'll use it to take notes.
Well, our station advisor doesn't like it when you write in your cursive.
Oh, yeah, my thing's but.
Anyways.
Well, that's because I'm using this pen. But when I use that pen, it's going to look golden. So
it's
that's
going to take you hours to write.
The other thing I want that I probably won't get, I want ammo for my Russian rifle.
22?
No, not the 22. The other one. The surplus ammo. $100 for 440 rounds.
What size bullet?
It's a special 7.6254.
Has that weird
rimmed.
Has that weird indent thing around the?
No, those are new models. The older ones actually have a rim that pops out. That's why it's obsolete now. But that's why it's surplus. And if you order,
is that gonna ever backfire on you?
No. It's just old surplus ammo that's cheap, good, and it comes in a Russian casing. You have to
like a box,
it's like a sardine. Box? It's like a sardine can that you have to open it.
You peel the can lid back. That's
and they're just packets of ammo. That's another thing I want because that'll set me for a long time for my rifle.
When's the last time you went shooting?
When I went with you, I haven't been since,
okay.
Which sucks. I have not fired my Russian rifle yet, and that really upsets me. But that'll happen sometime.
We'll just get in the closet though.
Yeah.
Nobody. I'm sorry, Tex. I'm sorry. Like that was not like okay. Well, you mentioned you have guns.
Yes.
Where's someone gonna look? If they ever needed to try and find your weapons,
Oh, the second you open the door, they're in the corner.
Exactly. So me saying they're in the closet isn't like I just destroyed.
No.
That wasn't you worried about?
No, that wasn't my word.
Okay, good.
I was thinking that's not where they're there anymore. They're not there.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
No, I'm not
So
worried.
I don't even know where they are. That's fine.
Yes, I have them. Don't break into my house.
There we go. They has weapons to shoot you with.
What about your list? What's your probably not going to get, but you kind of want?
Oh God.
Pay attention, Emily.
What do I want? I want some new headphones, which I'll probably buy myself, or my brother will probably buy them. I want Prometheus on DVD, Blu-ray, digital copy. One of my favorite films I've seen in a long time.
Really?
I really.
I didn't sit down and watch it. My family watched it, but like as I passed by, I saw it and I'm like.
When I saw it in theaters with Trevor, I saw it in IMAX. One of the first films, like a feature length film that I've seen in IMAX.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been so captivated. I was there in the film. It was amazing. I loved it. I don't know if it was an IMAX or it was the film itself, but I really liked it. So I want that. Other things I want. There's not really any video games else I want.
You got the two hits, Halo 4 and
Halo
Black
4,
Ops.
Black Ops. I got Assassin's Creed 3.
That should set you for most of.
Something I would really want is, it's actually a kind of family gift, but a surround sound system.
Not
My room, but for the living room when I watch movies or something.
That'd be
nice.
nice.
Like it's a nice TV, we have a nice Blu-ray player and all that stuff. The sound is fine. There's a sound bar that is included on the TV, but I would like a 5.1 surround sound around my room, my house.
Yeah,
it's not that expensive.
We have a crappy surround sound system that like plays the most random things in the background.
Yeah.
And then when it's not playing, it's the.
Oh, right.
It's old and crappy.
I would not like one of those.
No.
What else would I want? Is Mom listening, Emily? Okay. So maybe she'll take notes. I would like some, I don't know, new pants. We have one pair, but...
You want clothes for Christmas?
I usually ask for socks and underwear.
That's
I'm pretty
lame.
stocked up on socks. Underwear, maybe. Yeah, I asked for it. I love a chocolate orange.
I don't know what that is.
You know what that is?
No.
Basically, it's like this chocolate. It's a big chocolate sphere, but you basically sign it on the table and it breaks apart, and each one looks like a slice of an orange.
Oh, I think.
And it has this sort of orangey zest flavor, and it tastes. I love the taste.
I think I've seen those. I've never had
they're
those.
They're really like my favorite thing of all time, is the chocolate orange, and they're pretty hard to find now. I think that my parents had a hard time trying to find it last year, but. I just got new shoes. Don't need that. There's really not a lot of things that I want. I bought me a new bike. Emily got me a bike jersey for my bike, which I was gonna buy myself, but they bought it anyways. Surround sound is something I really like. 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1, pretty expensive. Yeah, honestly, my Christmas. I gotta start thinking about that, but I don't have anything specifically. I had a list, but I've already bought most of that stuff because I got a new job. I told my dad this camera lens. I have a camera, film major, film production.
Fancy camera.
I bought a camera for video. It's also a DSLR still photos. I use that quite a bit, and the stock lens that comes with it doesn't zoom too far. Oh my God, it's 250. Thank you, Tex. So I just like a lens that zooms a little farther. Thank you for showing me the time, Text. It's 250. I've gone way overboard for my likeness.
For your usual.
I'm going to play his last song. This is our last episode. We'll say goodbye. Anyways, Led Zeppelin just won an award. I don't know what the award was, but they were honored by the Kennedy Honor Center with David Letterman as well. Greatest rock and roll band in my opinion of all time. Led
David
Zeppelin.
Letterman?
Nope. But this song is called Ramble On, off of their second album, Led Zeppelin 2. We'll see you next spring for a new show with new hairdos and pictures and topics and music. I don't know when. We'll keep you updated on Facebook, facebook.com/MattandTex.
Or twitter.com/MattandTex.
We'll keep you updated there. We'll see you then. It's been a good semester.
I just waved in the mic.
Bye. We'll see you later. KSSU.com. Here's the last song.